Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's having a great day over at the Wonderland or Neverland or whatever. How is everybody doing? hmm Well, let's see. Here's the stories. Oh, God. Oh, let's see. What can we talk about? Hmm. Oh, man. Let's see. We talk. Let's see. Reedy boy. What's up, Reedy boy? We. We. Yeah, well, let me see. Well, let's see. Yeah, I know what we can talk about. We're gonna do so today. We're gonna do a little bit of mob content, but not hardcore mob content. No, no, none of that stuff. We're gonna talk about a movie I saw last night. A movie that I wasn't that impressed. It was about these wannabe gangsters. The movies from 19. Oh my God, here it is. Tom Wilkinson, star of The Full Monty, a two-time Oscar nominee, died today at age 75. Oh my God, good actor, man. Rest in peace, man. Tom Wilkinson. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's see. Here's a movie I saw yesterday that I wasn't impressed. I'm now on IMDb right now. I'm gonna look at the movie that I saw last night. Oh, here it is. I got it. Okay, the movie is from 1993. It's called Amongst Friends. It's a story here. Well, I'm going to read a little bit here. The synopsis of what's the movie about. Oh, okay, this is just a review. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Three borderline alley buddies seek excitement on the streets with perilous results. And I don't know if you guys ever seen it. Hey, what's up, Fat Ball Italian? Jane Creek. Yeah, I don't know if you guys ever seen this movie. It's called Amongst Friends. I didn't like it because the guys didn't look like gangsters. They look more like calendar models or something, or Chippendale dancers or something like that. But they didn't look. They didn't convince me as tough guys. The movie. The movie. I mean, even though it has that guy from who was in The Sopranos who played the FBI the first FBI guy who's working with Pussy in the second season. He's in that movie. But didn't know if you guys ever seen it, but the movie's not that good. I didn't like it. Maybe you guys like. I don't know. Let's see. Let me find another movie we can. Here's a movie I saw a while back. It stars Eddie Falco, the one who, as we all know, plays Carmela Soprano in The Sopranos. Let me see. Oh, here it is. The movie is called Laws of Gravity. Stars Eddie Falco. I saw it a long time ago and I haven't seen it since. Here it is, a story. Jimmy and John are a couple of Brooklyn guys who somehow never found their way into the workday society. They never found their way into a big society. They never found their way into big time crime either. But all challenges when their old friend Frankie returns from Florida with some guns to sell. In the course of a few short urban summer days, their lives spin permanently out of control. Yeah. It says that the film took 12 days to shoot, and the whole production cost about $30,000. And it was featured in 1992 along on the Cisco and Ebert show where he had the Daniel Day-Lewis film The Last of the Mohicans and the mob horror movie Innocent Blood and Mr. Saturday Night starring Billy Crystal and Glenn Ross starring Al Pacino and Jack Lemmon, and of course Laws of Gravity. Yep. Oh yeah, that movie. I haven't seen it, but I'm gonna check it out sometime. That movie. Yeah, Laws of Gravity. This is a pretty good film to see. It has a very good storyline. Stars some guy named Peter Green. He's been in a lot of movies. This guy, and Eddie Falco of The Sopranos, who plays Carmelo. It's called Laws of Gravity. Let's see. We're going to talk about mom movies today, and on Sunday, no, not Sunday. I don't stream. Rarely I stream on Sundays, but Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to go back telling some ghost stories on the night streams. Okay, I'm going to look for another one that I saw years back that I kind of liked. Let's see. It's not a mob movie, actually. Whatever. Here it is. Pat Boss Cecilia said this is one of his favorite movies. It's called 29th Street. Stars Anthony LaPaglia, Danny Aiello. Yeah. Yeah, it has a Tony Sirico. The movie. Yeah. Yeah, that movie. Okay. Let's see. We're going to go to another movie. Okay, now we're going to go to TV. I'm going to go back to 1985 to a show that only lasted one season, just one season, but it was sort of a combination. It was sort of like The Godfather meets, I don't know, but it's about it's about a gangster family and a law enforcement family. The show was called Our Family Honor. And here it starred Eli Wallach, the guy who played Don Ottobello in Godfather 3, Ray Liotta as Officer Ed Santini, Teach James, and Michael Madsen also is on that show. Plays Augie Danzig, the mob boss's son. Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's about these two guys who grew up together on the streets of New York, and one of them becomes a cop, and one of them becomes a gangster. The cop becomes the New York police the commissioner of the New York Police Department, and the gangster becomes the most powerful guy in New York. Mhm. They become and both and the movie is the struggle of the friend of the gangster of the law enforcement of the let's see what's the name of the character, the cop family of 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 Commissioner McKay going after Vincent Danzig Danzig after going after Vincent Danzig, going after him, and that's that's the episode. Ray Liotta's it's in that show. Oh my God, there's a lot of guys. Yeah, there's a lot of the show only lasted all season, but I was glued to the set. I mean, but sadly, it only lasted one season. The last. Hey, what's up, Joe Cool? Good to see you, Joe Cool, man. Actually, the last episode of the season aired. Let's see when it. Let's see. Let me be more specific. Okay, the pilot premiered Tuesday, September 1985. Okay. Okay. And let's go to the 13 episodes. And 13 episodes, that's average for. Oh, okay. 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 Thank God I saw it. Okay. And the show, Crimes of Passion, the last episode, aired January 3rd, 1986. Hey, Colt, what's up? Aired January 3rd, 1986. Yeah, this show was airing around the same time when Big Paul Castellano got clipped. This show, Our Family Honor, it's called. Yeah, here it is. Here's a story. It says Patrick McKay and Vincent Danzig both grew up together but took different paths in life. McKay became a cop, and is now of those being considered for soon to be vacated position of police commissioner, while Danzig, a criminal, and there has been a feud between over since McKay's son Patrick was killed, and it's strongly believed that the Danzig's his best friend's family had something to do with it. That's the name of that in that show. Yeah, Our Family Honor. Yeah, I'm talking about a lot of wise guy stories, a lot of mafia. The people. I mean, we all talk about the Godfather, Goodfellas, the Gotti movies starring Montasante, those movies, The Sopranos, but I'm looking for something that people hardly ever talk and remember that I remember very well. There's another show that involved the mob. 19, 1986 Crime Story, starring Dennis Farina, Andrew Dice Clay. Yeah. Not in a little bit, Colt. Hold on. Yeah, this was a great show. Crime Story. I was glued to the set with this show, Crime Story, about the MCU unit, about Chicago's major crime unit. That also was the. This was a show created by Michael Mann. Well, no, wait a minute. It was created by a guy named Chuck Adamson, who was and as we all know in the movie Heat, MCU unit's the same unit Al Pacino had in the movie Heat, and Crime Story was took place. Uh, yeah, these are great shows. Mm-hmm. Archie, the man who became Cary Grant. Okay, Colt, I'm going to put a link right now. Oh, thank you, honey ho. There's a link, Colt, if you want to come up. All right, all right, all right. Allá en la frontera, las cosas pasaron, mataron a un hombre que no era un cualquiera. Venía de ver a su amada querida. La suerte dispone muy malas jugadas. Murió por amor, que lo había traicionado. Y desde la tumba un día regresó. Pues al mismo pueblo a matar al que un día a él lo había matado. Well, that's a good song. Well, you, the only way to fly. So, hey, the Shawshank Redemption is playing on Paramount Plus. Star Trek. I don't know. I've never been a much of a Star Trek fan. Let's see what's on Hulu. Oh, come on, take that movie off. Elf. The holidays are almost over, man. Prime Video. Okay. The Boys. Scrooge. Asteroid City. Lost. Interstellar. Maybe I'll check that one later on. Interstellar, huh? Yeah. Let's see. What have we got more? Hey, what's up, Scott H? How how are you? Thanks for showing up. Yeah, I was going, Scott. I was going through mob movies, but not the regular mob movies we've seen. Looking at some of the some movies. We probably have seen a long time ago or haven't heard or never heard of. But now I'm gonna tell you guys the worst mob movies ever. The worst mob movies ever. I'm gonna pick top five. I don't want to pick a whole bunch of them. But here's some of the worst mob movies ever. Okay. Yeah, the movie is called not at number five, in my opinion. The movie it's an 1882 comedy. They call me Bruce. It's a movie that the stereotypes, the mob, like that in a very silly, stupid way. I mean, stupid way. Stereotypes and everything. That that's the number. That's number five. Yeah. That's oh cool, man. Have a good time at those concerts. Yeah, My Blue Heaven. Yeah, that's another one that sucked. Yeah, yeah. Here's another one of my picks also that was kind of like stupid. Also, it's called Blood. It's a 1987 film, Blood Vows, the story of a mafia wife, and it stars Melissa Gilbert, the one who played who is in a Little House on the Prairie, and Joe Penny, who you might remember season two of The Sopranos, the wallpaper guy. Remember, he's in that movie. And look at the actors who were in this one. You have Tyler Shire was there in that also. The actor, and yeah, that's also another film that shows stereotypical and more like what Frank was saying, more of a fairy tale story, not the reality of wildlife. Just really, this movie, yeah, has Yeah, it was known as The Godfather's Wife, the movie. Oh, cool. Here it rained today, here down in Southern California, but it only rained like part of the night and then stopped around like around 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, blood valves. Yeah, it was cold then. Here's a story. It says fashion designer Marianne falls in love and marries attorney Edward. Her idyllic romance and marriage are shattered when she learns that Edward is the son of a powerful and feared mafia family. Edward's family begins to impose its illegal and dangerous activities upon Marianne and her friends. When her best friend is murdered after confronting Edward's family, she runs out and begins to fight against the family's ominous power and reach. Yeah, it was a made-for-TV movie. Well, that's number four. Now let's go to number three. Well, the number four, number three. It's it's a Death Collector starring. It's with Joe Pesci and Frank Vincent. This is one movie that I just didn't I couldn't find it. I couldn't just understand anything. I just didn't find it no sense of it to it. This movie just. But this is a movie that well, honestly, I'm gonna leave this out. I'm gonna leave this out. I don't think I'm not gonna say that. I think I give him credit since this is the movie that Martin Scorsese. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, it says here that when Martin Scorsese saw this movie, he cast them both in Raging Bull. This movie, okay. Okay, here's another one. The movie's funny. It's entertaining, but as a mom movie, I think it sucks. I mean, I mean, I recommend watching it, but as a comedy, not as a mom movie, but as a mom movie, it sucks. I'm gonna put that one to number three. Okay. Yeah, the 1979 comedy Hot Stuff, starring Dom DeLuise, Jerry Reed, Suzanne Plagette. I mean, if you like Dom DeLuise or uh, comedy, you're gonna love this movie. But as a mob movie, you're gonna hate it because it just shows also stereotypes and all that. It doesn't show really the true story of the mob, that. But the movie's pretty. It even has David DeLuise and Peter DeLuise, who later on went on to be on television shows such as Brooklyn South and 21 Jump Street. Oh, look who's in this movie. It has Mark Lawrence, who played Carlo Gambino in the Amara Santa movie. He plays Carmine, the boss of the Miami family. Yeah. Yeah, the movie's on Tubi. Yeah, the movie's on Tubi TV. on Tubi TV. You know, if you watch it, just watch it because of Don Luis and his funny skits. You know, who has and the other characters funny, but as a mob movie that probably was intended to be, it sucked, and I gotta put it there at number three. Okay, number two is okay. Number two is a movie called Lady Lobster from 1988, starring Susan Lucci. It's about a woman who joins the mob in order to avenge her her daughter her daughter to avenge her parents and hunt some members of a mafia gang of criminals. The movie, and it has a lot of guys that we've seen in mob movies, like let's see, oh yeah, Joseph Weissman, Al Ruscio, guy who's been in other mob movies. Oh yeah, but even though with those actors, the movie doesn't even come close. And our number one is this is the one that I always wanted to say was number one in my opinion. Call it one of the worst films. Sylvester Stallone's 1991 Oscar film. I think that was one of the most stupidest films I ever saw. That's the one. I don't think it was. But our honorable mentions, just like Scott said, I would have to put an honorable mentions. The John Travolta Gotti movie, My Blue Heaven, and The Many Saints of New York. It's another one, of course. Yeah, but my number one worst one is Oscar, the Sylvester Stallone movie, man. That's the worst one. That's man. I went to go see it, man. I was even embarrassed to go see it, man. Fuck it. The only thing I like is that that funny looking guy who's singing that opera at the beginning. That's the only good part of the movie. There's another movie that has that in its opening credits. My movie, that's Crazy Joe. Remember, after he gets picked up from the movies by his friend, his buddy, played by Henry Winkler, who later on went on to become the Fonz. And the Fonz in that movie, and they played. And I want to know what's the name of that opera. That's the one I was wondering. One other know the name of that song, that opera song. That's the one. But yeah. Now we're gonna go overlook mob movies that people don't even talk about much, and I'm surprised they don't talk much. Here's one movie. Now we're gonna talk about mob movies that people don't talk much that deserve to be talked. I think I don't know. You want to put it? (1985's) Prizzi's Honor, starring Jack Nicholson, Kathleen Turner, and Robert Loggia, who later on went on to become Peach Lamanna, and was and Angelica Houston won Best Supporting Actress for her performance as May Rose Prizzi in the movie. Yeah. Yeah, 1985. Yeah, I was gonna put the Pope of Greenwich Village, but I don't think that deserves to be there. I think everybody has talked about that movie. Yeah. Prizzi's Honor. I think it's a good movie. Jack Nicholson's performance is. I was at the wedding. I was at the wedding. I mean, he sounded like some stupid, even though he sounded like some stupid hitman, in my opinion. But I think the movie's, it's fun and it's watching. Has a good storyline also, and it's unpredictable. Yeah, and here's something interesting about this movie. It says that John Huston is the only director to direct two members of his own family to win Academy Awards. The first was his father, Walter Huston, in The Treasure of Sierra Madre. Hey, that's the movie to watch. That's the movie to watch. I mean, I highly recommend that movie. And of course, his daughter, Angelica Houston, for this particular movie. Here's a quote. Moxie Taylor is so fucking smart. How come he's so fucking dead? That's his story about that. Yeah, see who else is in that movie. A lot of good actors in this movie. You got John Randolph, who's been in a lot of movies. The late William Hickey, who played Don Corrado Pizzi, and Eduardo Pizzi, who was played who played his son, Robert Loggia. Oh, it has a young Stanley Tucci also playing a mob soldier. Didn't know that. Yeah, look. Yeah, The Godfather. The Godfather even has a even and Tony Sirico, who played Paulie Walnuts, has a small part in that movie in The Godfather. I think he's an extra in The Godfather Part Two. Hmm. Yeah, that's number five. Another forgotten movie. And here's another one that I saw back then at the same time, Spetsy's Honor. This is another from 1985 that I think it's a movie to watch. 1985's Year of the Dragon, starring Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke. Yeah, yeah. This is number four. This is another movie that I think it's overlooked, in my opinion. Gangster film from 1985. Okay, number four. And now let's go to number three. Another mob movie that's been forgotten. In my opinion, should have been seen. I want to say, I want to put it number three. Crazy Joe. Crazy Joe, the 1974 story about Crazy Joe Gallo, who went on to take on a boss. Richie, Richie. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. You know that movie has a quote has a quote that you see in one other movies. A year, refer calling up your brother whose name is Richie, or that of the same name. For example, let's take the 19. First of all, the movie we're talking about, the 1974 Crazy Joe Gallo. The scene where Joe Gallo's in prison, and his brother Richie, who in real life his name was Larry Gallo, Richardson. And when he leaves prison, he starts yelling at him, Richie, Richie, Richie. That. And then let's see, then 13 years later, 1987's The Richie Valens story, at the very end of the movie, where each time Wallace yells, Richie! Remember? And he's yelling at his brother, because he can't believe, he's dead. Oh, I can't believe that. And he also misses this. And he's, having, all these regrets about his brother and what he did to him and what he did to the family, all this stuff. I think that's one of the things we always find a mystery in that movie about that. Okay, enough of that. Okay, okay. Now let's go to number two. Another forgotten mom movie that people don't like to talk about. I don't know why. Nope. I was gonna say Witness. No, no, no. That's. I don't think that's not the one. That's not the overrated film. Okay. Oh, here. Okay, number two. Number two, The Valachi Papers. The 1972 film The Valachi Papers was released. The story of Joe Valachi and his testimony to the Senate committee in the early 1960s was later the inspiration for the Godfather's testimony in the Frank Pentangeli case. Mhm. Yeah, the Valachi Papers. And now, before I get to number one, you tell me which one's your favorite least talked about mom movies. Which one's your favorite? Okay, the number one movie is ta-da, that people don't want to talk about. The 1973 movie about the Banana Wars, starring Joseph Bologna, Brenda Vaccaro, and Ralph Bellone. This movie is a story about the Bologna. That's the movie. And it has Richard Castellano, who played Clemenza in The Godfather. It has Mark Lawrence, Stefano Magaddino. Oh, it has Frank Albanese, who played Uncle Pat in The Sopranos, and was also in Goodfellas and in The Godfather. That I saw it a long time ago. Yeah, Honor Thy Father. Yeah, that was just one of the greatest, one of the most top, one of the top most top favorite movies. Honor Thy Father, the story of the Bonanno family and their war against. Well, I'm gonna end the stream right now. 12 o'clock. Gotta go do something, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. And thanks for coming to the show. Okay, and guys, take care and Happy New Year. See you Monday, New Year's Day. Bye bye. I'm gonna be here live.